My name is Jeff Clark, and I'm the commander of the North Andover VFW. This year, the town of North Andover and our VFW have partnered with Wreaths Across America, an organization to honor the veterans of our beloved community. Wreaths Across America is an organization dedicated to remembering and honoring the veterans of the United States while educating our communities about the sacrifices made by our men and women in uniform. This year, we are placing over 1,500 wreaths at Ridgewood Cemetery on December 14th at 12 p.m. Each wreath costs $17, of which $5 comes back to the VFW. As a nonprofit organization, all proceeds will be utilized to support the veterans of our community and their needs. Please help us spread the word about this amazing organization and opportunity for this community. We hope you can make it to Ridgewood Cemetery on Saturday, December 14th at 12 p.m. for our opening ceremonies and immediately following the laying of the wreaths. This is a wonderful opportunity for our community to come together during the holiday season and ensuring that veterans are not forgotten.
Robert E. Wainwright, Ensign, United States Navy, conflicts, World War II, and the Korean War. Robert, aka Bob Wainwright, flies off the pages of the Johnson High School yearbook and lit magazine as a genuinely funny kid. His family describes him working at a golf course and whistling as he rode his bike. He was also a Boy Scout. After he graduated from Johnson High in 1941, at 17 he joined the Navy on October 20th. This was even before Pearl Harbor, and during World War II was stationed on the island of Trinidad as a radio technician 3rd class. Bob Wainwright came home at the end of the war an ensign and was appointed to the U.S. Naval Academy after successful completion of a highly competitive examination. At graduation in 1948, he received a commission at exactly the same rank he had held at the end of the war. He had been discharged from the Navy as an ensign and finished Annapolis as an ensign. While at Annapolis, Bob Wainwright was clearly a class favorite. An Annapolis write-up says his classmates called him Galahad, after the noblest of King Arthur's knights of the Round Table. They also called him Elf for his merriment and gave an uproarious description of his impenetrable New England accent. They joked that he came from World War II to the Academy and gave up the rank of ensign, United States Naval Reserve, to come here. And he goes back a mighty ensign, United States Navy active duty, secure in the knowledge that he now knows his trade. Annapolis had a long-standing tradition of selecting a color girl to present the U.S. flag and battalion colors to a graduating midshipman of the top brigade in the class. Bob Wainwright's best friend, Midshipman Frederick Nelson, chose Bob Wainwright's sister, Kitty Wainwright Austin, the widow of a war hero, to be the color girl. For her husband, First Lieutenant Arthur J. Austin, United States Marine Corps, had died 3 years earlier in World War II in 1945. Photos show a smiling Kitty Wainwright Austin handing the colors to Midshipman Nelson with her brother standing alongside his classmate. Spectators included their mother and grandmother. In a news article featuring her selection, Kitty Austin is seen holding her little boy, Jimmy Austin. Bob Wainwright married a firecracker girl from Johnson High School who had headed to Lawrence General Hospital School of Nursing after graduation, Gloria Wilson. The slightly acerbic cracks in the Johnson High Lit magazine hid that class photographer Gloria Wilson also had a great sense of fun and a deep wellspring of generosity and kindness. She also had a truly feisty determination. After Annapolis, Bob was stationed in Guam. By then, they had decided to marry. Gloria was not one to pine at home. She had already waded through a war and his time at Annapolis. She made a fairly radical, for its day, decision to travel alone to Guam. Her obituary, written nearly 70 years later, in 2020 describes their happiness. Her life's biggest adventure began when she was 26 years old and flew solo to the island of Guam to marry her late first husband, Bob Wainwright, a naval officer. Their marriage plans had been put on hold when he was stationed on Guam for 2 years. Not wanting to wait that long, Gloria flew to Guam, where they were married as soon as she stepped off the plane, as unmarried couples were not allowed on base. After an idyllic 9 months on Guam, Gloria was widowed when Bob was killed in the Korean War. Ensign Wainwright had sailed out of Guam in September of 1950 for a new assignment aboard the USS Magpie, a naval minesweeper vessel. On October 1st, 1950, 3 miles off the coast of Korea, near Chuksan-ro, the Magpie hit a floating mine. Her forward section and munitions blew up, and the Magpie was reduced to splinters. A third of the crew died instantly. 12 men were rescued the next day. Ensign Wainwright has never been recovered. His medals include the Combat Action Ribbon of the Navy, the Korean Service Medal, the National Defense Service Medal, the Republic of Korea Presidential Unit Citation, the Republic of Korea War Service Medal, the United Nations Service Medal, and the Purple Heart. He remains in the company of those standing perpetual watch in places known only to God. The next episode will shift to the Vietnam War, where you will learn about Sergeant Michael Dunn from longtime town resident and Korean War veteran Dave Rand.
Hi, my name is Bill Dolan. I'm the coordinator for VFW Post 2104 in North Andover for the Wreaths Across America program this year. To access North Andover's event, using this website will allow individuals or groups of volunteers to register to place wreaths. We'd ask that one individual for any groups of volunteers identify themselves so that we can work with that one person rather than the whole group. This access can also be used to purchase wreaths, which are $17 each, and to designate a family member or significant person who may want to place the wreaths themselves. We need to raise $26,350 to purchase all the wreaths for the 1,550 veterans who are buried at the Ridgewood Cemetery. We need to raise this money by December 3rd. Wreaths Across America is dedicated to remember, honor, and teach about veterans. And this segment and the others in this series was created by North Andover Camp to help us reach out and do that. The theme for Wreaths Across America, encompassing nearly 4,500 communities across the country who are laying veterans wreaths on December 14th, is Live with Purpose. The opening ceremony honors all branches of our military with a ceremonial wreath posted for each branch by an active or retired member of that branch, and a wreath to remember the POWs and MIAs. Wreaths will have been placed throughout the cemetery for the 1,550 veterans. If successful, we intend to include all North Andover cemeteries in future years. Live with purpose, and please participate on December 14th.